What's up, everyone? This is your host, Ghost, coming to you live. Another wonderful video. How's everyone doing today? I'm sure none of you thought I was actually going to stream because there's no Trump trial, but I was just a little busy today, this morning, so I didn't really have time. So I decided I'll do a late one today, right afterwards or shortly afterwards, depending on how long it stays. Well, shortly afterwards, we'll do a gaming stream, play some Helldivers 2. So be on the lookout for that. That will be on my Gaming with Ghost channel, so make sure you check that out. First off, a little housekeeping. Make sure you follow me on X at official W Ghost. That's the best way to find out when I go live, and you can also watch me live as I play on X. Um, let's see. So yeah, so you have those options. Or not play, but I stream on X. I also so you can watch me there. Um, and then of course Rumble's rumble.com/withghost. No matter what, I will always be on Rumble, so you can always check me out on Rumble. YouTube.com/at with ghost is the YouTube. Twitch.tv/official with ghost is, of course, the Twitch one. So those are your various channels. You can see me. You can also watch me. Follow my gaming channel. Rumble, it's Rumble. On Rumble, it's Gaming with Ghost, and then YouTube, it's official Gaming with Ghost. And I stream to the same platform with my Twitch one, so it's all on the same. So a little easier for Twitch. See, I think that's all I got for housekeeping. So what are we going to talk about? What we're going to talk about is the new Assassin's Creed Shadow. It's got a bunch of controversy since it dropped just a few days ago. Uh, People are very upset because the one of the main characters is a black guy, even though there's a female Japanese woman, but people are upset, which they are. And I can kind of get it, kind of don't. But we'll watch the trailer. We'll go over some of the black guy's background. Everyone keeps saying he wasn't a samurai. I've researched it. I've looked at it, and it looks like he was. He may not. It may have just been an honorary title, uh, for all we know. But I have no idea. But I got a couple sources say he was a samurai, so I mean it's what I'm going off of. I think the anger about it's kind of dumb. Just because I think our problem nowadays is we've gotten, and it's not entirely people's fault, but we've gotten too much of the diversity crap shoved down our throats every single day. So I think there's a adverse reaction to it every time it is about to pop up. Well, one pops up again. I think this one is slightly different. This is totally my opinion, obviously, but having his name is Yasuke or Yasuke, yeah, it's Yasuke. Trying to think it's kind of close to Sasuke, so I'm like Yasuke, Yasuke. Um, I think this one's a little different because Yasuke was actually an actual person. There's not much records on him, but he was an actual person. So I think it's a lot more different than what we've been getting, which is insert black guy because mod diversity. I think it's a lot different than it's been, and it very well might be they chose the black guy. They chose to do this period of black because this guy is black and stuff, and they kind of did around it by saying, oh well, he's actually a person and stuff, and blah 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 blah. Well, that very well might be the case, but I think this is also a lot different than just the normal. We'll put a black guy in it because mod diversity. Um, and so I think the outrage is a little bit unwarranted. Um, then the anger for is really unwarranted. I've commented a few times, and I get like 1,000 people just sending me hate mail because of it. I'm just like, dude, I'm just pointing some facts out. The game looks interesting. I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed, as you can tell. Got an Assassin's Creed tattoo, so big old fan of Assassin's Creed. I don't disagree. There have been some bad ones. There absolutely have been some poor Assassin's Creed. I still fucking like them, so I'll keep playing them. This one looks interesting to me. I think like I said, there's the possibility that they decided to pick the one black guy in Japan um, is because the attempt to do a little run around saying, "Oh, we're doing diversity," without actually doing diversity because we're picking someone that was actually real. So very well might be the case. I also think it was also partly probably because it's a fairly interesting thing. You have a black individual who was brought over to Japan, and the Lord Nagasaki. No, that's not his name. That wasn't the Lord. It's Nogu. Fucking hell. It's Nagasaki. I think I was watching World War II stuff. Nobu Nobunaga Oda Nobuga, who found the man fascinating and decided to put you know buy him, slave him, whatever, uh, and all that. So, oh, sorry, pardon me. So, I mean, it's also because he doesn't have much history, and lots of people on the internet are pointing that out. It's like there's no historical uh, evidence that he was, he participated in any battles or he was actually samurai, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I found some that says it was. I don't know. But I think that's actually what makes him a perfect character for Assassin's Creed. The assassins are supposed to work in the shadows and to serve the light. So having a historical person being a part of it and not having that much history kind of works with the game's theme. Like, these are individuals that, you know, are somewhat known but kind of hidden. And I think Yusuke, um, his history, his actual historical real life work record, kind of benefits and works with the theme that Assassin's Creed is normally about. And I think where a lot of people are overlooking that. And then, of course, you got people's like, well, they're assassins. They're supposed to be stealthy. What are you talking about? A black guy that's 6 foot being stealthy, a bunch of, Asian people. Well, I have another argument for that, whereas with it being that, yeah, he's a black guy, 6 foot, he's a giant, and everything. But here's the thing: Asians, especially in Asian culture, they have a very they generally have a very what's it, ethno state, where they really care about their own people and dismiss a lot of others. So I think what's going to end up, if they're doing it right and not just doing it before mod diversity, if they do it right, they're going to have Yasuke kind of face some of that discrimination because they're going to be, most Asian people are going to look at him. He's not us. We're dismissing him out of hand. He's unimportant. Kind of like an undesirable in India. In India, there's a class called undesirables, people you don't really care about, servants, shit like that. You don't they dismiss them out of hand, which actually kind of would work for the assassin order. They're kind of you don't want to be kind of known, so you kind of dismiss them out of hand, regardless, even if he's a giant and all that stuff. I mean, in Japan nowadays, there are restaurants that have no foreigners allowed, so foreigners kind of dismissed. Yeah, and you can also face some bigger penalties and shit like that. So it just may work for the thing. They get this guy, he's in samurai armor, although that's some sort of status, and um they'll end up just dismissing him out of hand because he's not Japanese. They'll just not Japanese, fuck off. I think they'll ignore him unconsciously, and anything he does, they'll end up just dismissing. Oh, it wasn't him. He's a nobody. Only a great individual could do this, and this is a nobody. So I think it would actually work more to his advantage as well. Again, this is all speculation. I have no fucking clue. But it's just a possibility. Oh, if you can't tell, I have to move this, but you can tell I'm a big fan of Assassin's Creed because I got a fucking poster of Ezio. Here, let me show you. See? I know, I'm a fat piece of shit right now. I'm working on losing some weight. But look, so can't say I'm not a fan of Assassin's Creed. So I'm not one of these fakers who just go on and ride the bandwagon because of diversity, because I love diversity. I actually love the games. I've played all of them, played them multiple times. Currently, I'm playing Syndicate because it's been a minute, and I'll probably be playing Assassin's Creed 3 um, after I'm done with Syndicate. So, And also, if you watch my stream, I streamed the latest Assassin's Creed game, which I think actually fell short when it comes to the storyline. I think the story about the Mirage was terrible and left much to be desired. So again, I'm not, more diversity type of gamer here. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, I'll make some mistakes here and there, but that's what I know what I'm talking about. Anyways, back to it. But yeah, and I also think the fact that Oda, I'm just gonna call him Oda, the daimo, yeah, the daimo that Yasuka served, uh, Yasuke. I think it's just Yasuke. I'm trying to like compare because I'm thinking with Sasuke, and it's pretty much the same as Yasuke, but just a Y instead of an S. So Yasuke. I think it's what could potentially happen because after a year after they met, Oda dies apparently, according to the history. So they're either it'd be a good way to make it so Yusuke is gonna either A, be the one that kills him because Oda's actually a Templar, which actually would make sense because based on we'll get into that after the trailer. We'll get into all that after the trailer. We'll watch the trailer and then we'll get into my opinions on it. I think what's going to end up happening is, and you know what? Again, let's get into the trailer and then we'll do my opinions on it. So I can stop because I'm kind of jumping around here. So let's get to it. Let's watch the trailer. All right. You got like someone running away. He's running away as fast as he can. Someone's behind him. Someone's after him. Oh, we got a ninja. Ninja. Who are you? I will say, it's kind of cool. We're finally getting Assassin's Creed in Japan. Ninjas, come on. You think of ninjas, you think of assassins. I'm sure everyone who's played Assassin's Creed and watched the Ninja Assassins been thinking, when are we going to get Japan one and do some ninja shit? Who do you serve? So, here we go. We got one of the protagonists. She's obviously going to be the ninja. Oh, I'm sorry, spoilers. Before the trailer.
All I have ever known in my life.
So there we go. That's how you know it was a female.
Our land.
Sorry.
Our customs.
All right. Is it me or does this guy look like what's that really famous? Hold on. That Japanese actor. A really famous one. I think he's a Shogun, which reminds me, I gotta watch that show. Shogun. Yeah, I know, I'm racist. Fuck. Hey, I'm a Korean, and I can do that shit, so it's okay. Yes, Hiriko Sanda. So yeah, doesn't this guy here kind of look like him, or am I just crazy?
Family.
Or am I just really racist because all Asians look alike to me?
Burns in the name of unification.
There we go. We got some sort of attack that's going to sorry, just looking. Got some sort of attack on her this one's village that is clearly going to be the reason why she's going to be led into the order. She gets her ass kicked. So there we go. her whole origin story. Why is she joining the Assassin's Order? Well, the big old evil person, uh, who, these may be Oda's warriors, burned her village.
You are still a frog in a well, who knows nothing of
Or
the
not.
sea.
Oh yeah.
The ocean.
So that's another, this here, it may be a case of Oda being a Templar, and he is burning her village, which leads her to the assassins. She sees the other main character, Yasuke, and, attempts to get him, loses, and eventually they meet again after he becomes disillusioned with Oda, and they come together in that way. It's a possible storyline there.
Oceans filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed.
Now, this could be a portion of mod diversity, because you got the black guy with the dreads.
Power. Vengeance.
Some good old samurai fights, That's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be kind of cool, samurai fights. Awesome. Be kind of cool if we get some more large scale battles like we did in Odyssey. Didn't really like Odyssey that much, but the kind of large scale battles was kind of cool. So that'd be interesting. We get to do that as well.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
Again, this kind of back and forth and kind of is hinting more, I think, more at Oda being a Templar, and Yasuke's kind of disillusion from that, realizing, oh, this guy's bad. Could be.
And we must look for it together.
And like I said, here they come, meet again, and decide to team up, and all that.
We must learn to trust, rebuild,
and follow the blade.
Follow the creed. Let's see. So, what it sounds like, what I've read and what I've seen so far, is that what's going to happen with this game is kind of be much like Syndicate, where what's the fucking word I'm looking for? Sorry. Oh, so it's going to be like Syndicate, where you can switch between two of the characters. You can, if you want, kind of, if you want to be more stealthy, you kind of switch to the woman, and then if you wanted to be more confrontational, you'll switch to Yasuke. That's what it seems to be like it's going to be. That's what I kind of gotten some confirmation then. So. I am hoping we'll get some more just unique ninja weapons. The small blades, and I think the size are ninja weapons too. I don't know a lot of history about it. So there you go. Here's the evidence that that he's going to be more of a brawler, a tank. Well, Nago, or I don't even remember her name. It's going to be the stealthy one.
I said, who do you stop? We are.
Fucking music. I miss this old music. That really became famous in, I think, Assassin's Creed 2. Miss this one. And then this beautiful line, "We are the shadow."
The shadows.
Serve the light.
That served the light.
Such some classic Assassin's Creed stuff and everything. And then, of course, we got a classic pivot blade. Okay, so obviously this is this is going to be prior to Randoku or Connor, who he was famous for the pivot blade. Also, kind of indicates we're gonna do some more, be able to do some more dual wielding with the hidden blade. Some of that classic. Oh shit! All right, so there we go. That's the new game. It's a trailer for it. It looks interesting. Find it very interesting. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go on the Assassin's Creed wiki page, which is lending more to my theory of what No Dude's gonna be, or Oda. Sorry, Oda. Now, obviously, this is a fan service thing, so it's not going to be 100% right. It's kind of like Wikipedia, so you can take with it what you will with it. Take it as believable as you want. Up to you. Don't care. These are pretty accurate because it's kind of a fan thing, so it's kind of accurate. But it'll at least give you a kind of a gist of what's going to follow. So the Japanese Brotherhood was started by Zihu, who took back his original Japanese name, which was Kotetsu. I'm gonna mispronounce the fuck out of the name. Don't care. Gonna fucking do it. But he was trained, or he met Xiao Jun. If you don't remember, Xiao Jun was a former concubine. Became an assassin. Met Ezio towards the end of his life, and then finally traveled back after her own order was destroyed. She's Chinese, by the way, not Japanese. So she's Chinese. So she travels to Italy, meets Ezio, comes back to China, and then outs her Templar problem, and then eventually becomes the mentor of her order, the Chinese order. She trains, what the fuck is this guy? Kotetsu, and he goes and establishes an order in Japan. So, after their arrival, the assassins found allies in the Japanese ninja, from whom they learned new techniques. So, obviously, we're going to get some ninja going on, but they're not going to be assassins. But eventually, some assassins will be ninja, and they will also take some assassins. Well, ninjas will become assassins probably, and then we're gonna hopefully get some new techniques from the Japanese ninjas. That'd be cool. And then they made contact with the warlord Oda Nobunaga, which is Yakutsi or Yasuke. Yeah, Yasuke. I think that's gonna be it. Yasuke is daimyo, who promised an alliance as soon as he united the country. In addition, the assassins made a secret alliance with but anyways, here's the thing that kind of leads me to think. Wait. Okay, maybe I was incorrect. I read something wrong. Okay, so maybe Oda isn't going to be a Templar, but this could change. Anyways, aside from battling the Templars, the Japanese assassins also aided the Tokugawa clan in unifying the land. To this extent, Hanzo, who up here you can see becomes a master assassin, killed the rival warlord More Montario to aid Oda's conquest, and Teiken Shingen, who held the Sword of Eden. So we may get to see a Sword of Eden. We also may get to see some of these more famous Japanese assassins, which will be interesting, which later wound up in Oda's hands. So obviously, there's going to be something tied with Oda's being tied to the Brotherhood. I think there might still be a possibility he ends up being a Templar, because again, this stuff really changes, a lot here and there. So it's not really concrete. There's a lot of stuff that ends up changing once they do, some new things. So it may very well end up being Oda still being a Templar, because it would kind of make sense. He wants to unite, because Oda was famous for wanting to unite Japan, and then it would be, and the reason why Yasuke decides to abandon Oda for the assassin order would be because finds out Oda is a Templar, um, and all that. And again, Oda ends up dying. I think it was a year after Yasuke comes under his leadership, or his comes under his command. Oh, here we go. So here we go. All right, cool. Okay, yeah. So here we go. Some more of the, again, this is wiki, Assassin's Creed wiki, so it's a fandom. So it's not necessarily 100% accurate. But okay. So he was sympathetic to the cause and promised alliance once he unified his country. However, after he came into possession of a Sword of Eden, the possibility of an alliance was compromised. The assassin Yamuchi Taka subsequently killed Nobunga. Oda. So it looks like so even in their records, they're giving the assassins the kind of the God, what the hell? The credit for killing him. It looks like the assassins will kill Oda. Because again, after Yasuke comes under, Oda's kind of leadership, command, whatever. Year afterwards, he dies. So that could be the catalyst, and they may end up changing it, making Yasuke the one who kills him instead, and that's his kind of his journey into the Brotherhood. I'm hoping this isn't going to be like one of those things where it takes place within a whole year, and it ends up, kind of stretching a little further. What could be another possibility is Oda gets the Sword of Eden, gets corrupted, and then joins the Templar cause instead, and that's why they end up killing him. And Yasuke, his kind of induction into, like, he could be just a simple he could, instead of being like in the beginning of the game being an actual assassin, he maybe just continues to be a samurai, and then he becomes disillusioned with Oda after seeing him being corrupt more and more, especially after receiving the Sword of Eden. Actually, what could happen is the beginning of the game is going to be starting with Oda getting the Sword of Eden and becoming corrupt, and then being influenced by the Templars. And Yasuke is gonna see that and be like, "Oh shit! Well, this is the man I knew. He's been corrupted," and then kind of becomes disillusioned or something. That leads him to the Assassin's Order. He helps him up as an ally, and then after him or the other or the other protagonist, because I'm gonna guess one of them's gonna end up killing Oda instead of who's written in the fandom. That's gonna be my assumption right there. So Assassin's Creed Wiki's gonna, or the producers and over there are gonna change shit up, which they've done to plenty of times. One of them's gonna end up killing Oda instead, and that's gonna end up leading Yasuke into becoming an assassin. And that's what will be their that'll be their tie to their historical, the lack of his lack of his name in the history books, really, because then he leaves that, he leaves the After killing Noda, he disappears, become a full-fledged assassin, and all that. So what we may be seeing with him in the all that armor and stuff, and why people are complaining he's not an assassin, he's a samurai, so he's not even going to be an assassin or some shit like that. Is going to be that's the beginning part. Later on, the later half of the game, we'll come back to him, and he's going to be an assassin. Possibility, I have no idea. But again, and again, it's a way to tie in his real history to the game, where it's like he's not really known that well, doesn't have much of a history. That's just my opinion. I have no idea. We'll see when the game comes out, November 15th. All right, so let's go back here because there's been a big old thing that Yasuke was not samurai. Well, here on Kimono T Samurai Meikyo, it's Meiko.com travel Japanese history, samurai famous and all this stuff. All right, so these are presumably a story or a historical reference or whatever of all the of all various samurais of Japan. So we'll go here. We got the famous samurais. We got foreign samurais. All right, so we go down to foreign samurais. So it may not be every samurai, but it'd be probably the more famous, and then the foreign samurais. So former samurais. So several people from foreign nations were considered and given the title of samurai. Majority of them were brought to Japan as prisoners or allies, serving daimyos as retainers. And we'll get back to that word retainer here in a second, but let's continue. After the Japanese invasion in Korea during the Joseon dynasty, many Korean natives were brought to Japan or put under the service of daimyos. One of the most notable figures was Kim Yo-chul, who served under the Madia clan in the early Edo period. He was given the Japanese name Wakita Nakato and made the commissioner of Kanzasawa City. Dutch native Jan Joosten van Loodsenstein and English navigator William Adams were two of the first Westerners to receive the title of samurai in Japan, care of Shogun Tokugawa Leishu. I don't know. Again, don't roast me too hard on the fucking pronunciations. Okay, not Japanese, I'm Korean. They invaded my Korean land. I hate them. Giving them high prestigious positions, serving as retainers under the shogunate court. Again, look at those retainers. All right, we'll come back to that later. Yasuke was a black samurai of African origin from Ethiopia, Mozambique, or South Sudan, described as being a foot taller than other men of his time and having the strength of 10 men. He was brought to Japan in 1579 by Jesuit missionaries and made a bodyguard of Oda. I'm not going to pronounce his last name because I can't fucking do it. Upon seeing him for the first time, Oda found it hard to believe that his skin was really black, so he asked him to take his shirt off and scrub his skin to prove it was not ink. Yasuke's career as a samurai ended when Oda committed seppuku after being defeated by his former general Mitsutai. So there we go. So according to Japanese history from this my-co.com or my-co.com travel Japanese history, samurais famous samurais of Japan. According to them, he was a samurai. All right, so there we go. We got that. Now that whole word retainer. What are we? Retainer. What's a retainer? Well, it took me. I looked it up, and this was a retainer. All right, so this is right here. This is from the web.prm.ox.ac.uk. It's basically an arms and armorer. Okay, by region, this is Asia, retainer armorer. Retainer armorer from Japan, Asia, collected by Edbert Hedwig, given to the museum by Hereford Museum in 1942. This is a suit of retainer armor. A retainer refers to a vassal in feudal Japan, usually a samurai providing military service. So there we go. Because everyone keeps saying, "Oh no, Yasuke wasn't a samurai; he was a retainer." Well, it looks like your retainer was usually a samurai, and then back then you saw two of the Western nurse samurais being called retainers, and but also being given the title samurai. So it looks like Yasuke is a samurai. All right, now let's get into Yasuke's history and why I think this is gonna, kind of made him, again, Ubisoft could have just went to the one black samurai and went, we're gonna pick this guy because mod diversity, or but that could be part of it. Another part of it could be because he's got a very, a different kind of history that would actually lend itself fairly well to uh, the assassins. So here we go. And as you can see, this is from Britannia. People don't like it. People do like it. I don't give a shit. This is what I'm going off of. All right. If you got an article that's saying for sure that was an opinion, I've already provided 3 different fucking articles. Well, this one included with and 2 other sources that say Yasuke was a fucking samurai. So if you got a problem with it, I don't care. All right. I really don't care because the one thing that says he wasn't was a blog post by some guy who with opinions that quoted some like history but didn't really have any other history. All right, I just went to 3 different sites, including this one. Says he was samurai. All right, that's what I'm going off of. Stop bitching. Yasuke was a black samurai who served the daimyo Oda in Japan during the Sengoku Warring States period. He was the first known foreigner to achieve samurai status. Much about Yasuke is unknown. His birth name is unknown. The date of his birth is unknown, though many estimates points to the 1550s. While he is known to have been from Africa, the exact location of his birth is unknown. Historians speculate he may have been born in what is today Ethiopia, Mozambique, or South Sudan. Cite evidence connected to his name, his physical appearance, as described by his contemporaries, trade relationships among Japan, Europe, and Africa, and other factors. It is unknown whether Yasuke was enslaved and was transported from Africa. It is possible, according to some historians, he may have left Africa as a mercenary. What is known definitively is that Yasuke arrived in Japan in 1579 with the Italian Jesuit missionary Alessandro Valligano. See, I don't mess up just on the Japanese name. I mess up on the Italian names too. Possibly as Valligano's bodyguard. It is unknown, however, whether Yasuke was enslaved or free at that time. So it's possible he may have been a mercenary, which would lead credence to him being able to be an actual warrior, become a samurai. Let's see. So he may be a mercenary. The reason he may have come, he may have been this Alessandro's bodyguard. Possibilities. In 1581, Alessandro and Yasuke traveled to Kyoto, where they met Oda, a powerful daimyo, who was seeking to unify Japan by several warlords. According to a contemporary account, I've already read this. He was stunned by his color and appearance. So, as recorded in the diary of Samurai Matsudari Itata, Yasuke's height was 6 shaka, 2 sun, so 6 feet 2 inches. He was black. His skin was like charcoal. Yasuke would have towered over the average Japanese person of that era. The majority of Japanese, including Oda, had never seen a black man. Upon meeting Oda, Yasuke was scrubbed because he believed he was dirty. Yasuke immediately gained Oda's favor. Historians assume that Yasuke knew Japanese well enough to have a conversation with Oda. They also believe that he quickly proved to Oda his skills as a soldier. Soon after their first meeting, Oda granted Yasuke his Japanese name, accepting him into his service, and made him the first recorded foreigner to receive the title of samurai. Yasuke was also one of the few people who dined with Oda, which demonstrated the closeness of their friendship. As a samurai, Yasuke would have fought in several battles for Oda, though the exact number is unknown. His service to Oda was, however, short. Yasuke was present at Hano Temple in Kyoto in 1582, only about a year after they met, when Oda was betrayed by his general Akichi Mitsuhide. Now, again, that could probably work uh, in again the favorite history. So he may be the one who ends up uh, killing Oda and giving credit to Akichi. Uh, again, Oda could be could end up becoming a Templar, or he may not be a Templar, but he's corrupted by the Sword of Eden. So Yasuke is the one who's going to fight him, and uh, you know, uh, well, Yasuke and Nayo, whatever the fuck the female Japanese chick's name is, are going to be there. They're going to fight him. They're going to defeat him. He's going to, the Sword of Eden that corrupted him is going to fall out of his hands. He's going to, realize, oh, what have I done, and commit seppuku, a form of ritual suicide. If you ever watched The Last Samurai, you know what we're talking about here. In order to control his own death and protect his honor. It is possible that Yasuke served as Oda's Kaishakuken, a designated second in the ritual who beheads the man dying by seppuku. So, but yeah, so there you go. That may lend more to his his status as being an assassin. He fights. He and now whatever they fight, they defeat Oda. Oda loses his Sword of Eden. Realized, oh shit, what have I done? Please, my old friend, help me regain my honor. I've lost my honor. That's probably how it's going to end, at least when it comes to Oda part. Man, how good am I going to be if I got it like that? Okay, so immediately after Oda's death, Yasuke joined Oda Nobuta, who is Nobunaga's son, but he was also defeated by Mitsuhide and committed seppuku, also known as harakiri. The same day as his father, defeated, Yasuke was then escorted by Mitsuhide's men to a Jesuit's mission house. Nothing is known of him after this incident. Again, Yasuke's history kind of, because look, Assassin's Creed's really known to be, as close to history as you could possibly get, while also making a fantasy game where they have, Adam Eve being escapes enslaved humans from the Isu. Okay, they try very hard to, even when they're interacting with famous people, to make it seem like, oh, they're, here's their interaction, here's how they tied in, and oh, they had their secrets. So there's all of that. So again, in the story, what could potentially happen is, again, Yasuke and his companion, they fight Nobugana, whatever. Oda. I'm just gonna keep calling him Oda. They defeat him, and he loses his sword. He's like, "Oh shit, what have I done? Seppuku dead. Help me, Yasuke, regain my honor." And then his son could come up and see that his father was killed by Yasuke, feels betrayed, grabs the sword, becomes corrupted instantly by that sword, and attacks, and then he dies too. And then Mitsuhide would be there, and took credit for it, and so that Yasuke could fade away, or Yasuke could ask him like, "Hey, take credit for this, so I could fade away." And then that there's that whole ruse of Mitsuhide. He's like, "All right, well, I'll send my men. We'll take you to a Jesuit mission house, which is actually an assassin's hideout." And he goes and disappears from the record. Okay, so there we go. So that that's what the story could potentially be. Now I do have an explanation of why in real life Yasuke's exploits aren't really known. I can't remember where. It's not here, but somewhere I saw that a lot of the samurai were insulted that Yasuke gained that rank. They didn't like him. So what could have happened is Metsuhide I think Metsuhide was one of them that didn't like him. I could be wrong. I just vaguely remember coming across this. So what Mitsuhide did after defeating Oda and his son, I'm pretty sure. Obviously, that's their last name, but I'm just going to call it that because I can actually pronounce it and not their first name. After defeating him and his son, he took Yasuke and basically destroyed all records of them. Probably killed him at the Jesuit mission house. Okay, so he probably what happened was, and why we don't have that much history on him is because Mitsuhide, after defeating Oda, took Yasuke's records, destroyed them, and now that's why we don't have any records of him. But again, with all this information I have, looks like Yasuke's a fucking samurai. Okay, it may have been just a glorified title. You could argue that, but again, with his history, I think that may have played a bigger part than my black man did when they decided to um to do what's it called to do God, my head hurts. When they decided to pick him to be the forefront of the game. And it was in, let's see, so it was in 1549 when the Japanese ended up um when the European Templars invaded Japan and started spreading their influence. So what we could actually be seeing here is going to be oh, excuse me, because let's see, hold on. So go back to real history. Okay, so we may be seeing some interesting stuff. 1589, and then 40, no, 30 some odd years later, 32 years later, Yasuke arrives and gets together. So Templar. So we'll get we'll be playing into the game and we'll get like 30 years worth, or the Assassin Order here in Japan will have been going on for roughly 30 odd years. So be interesting. But there we go. So that's the information I have. So whether you believe he's a samurai or not, that is up to you at this point. I've provided the information I have gleaned. I am convinced he was a samurai. What degree of samurai he was, I have no idea. And then also you could, you can just complain like, hey, I just wanted a Japanese man to be the lead role in a Japanese game. Well, and I don't want a Japanese woman to be. I could complain about that, but it's again, I think, and I'm really hoping Ubisoft picked Yasuke just because his history lends more to lends more to he could have been if this was a real thing, this is how it happened, because again, Ubisoft tries to get as close to history with these Assassin's Creed games as they could, and Yasuke's history really lends to the fact that he this is why he disappeared from record. Reality was he probably was killed by that general guy. All right, so moving on. That's the end. We're gonna just do a real quick thing on Toxic Gaming Lobby. This went viral a couple days ago, and we're gonna get from here. So,
Yappa. You are literally just fucking all talk, bro.
Oh, be honest with me.
So this she's obviously a Twitch streamer, and I guess there's some like some sort of like she's farming clips. People are accusing her farming clips to get some, blah blah blah. He's gonna say some horrible stuff. Let's listen in.
My ult's ready.
Do you know what rape feels like?
All right, so he says, you know what grape feels like. Don't like it. You may not like that, but let's continue.
No, I don't actually.
Well, do you want to know?
Are you saying you're
Okay, so he's like, do you want to know? Some Australian shithead on the internet.
gonna rape me?
Because you're heading on the right path right
You're heading on the right path.
Are you saying you're gonna rape me?
You're going on the right path for it.
Is that what you're saying?
Toxins going up.
It's not rape if I like it.
Okay, now he says, it's not grape if I like it.
Is it now?
I guess this is her, like, getting the clip, I think. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so that's the clip that's went viral on Twitter, on X. People had arguments. I got I got people angry at me. Let me just say this: it's fucking Game Lobby. Like, seriously. Like, look. First off, let's be honest. Okay, old school gaming lobbies were way worse than this back in. Okay, I've gotten those threats all the fucking time when I played, some old school game lobbies. All right, I still get those sometimes. Okay. Here's the thing: it's not an actual genuine threat. It's a bit of a joke. They're just, they're just trying to get a rise out of you. All right. And by joke, I mean they're not trying to be funny. They're just shit talking. Okay. By joke, I mean they're just shit talking. All right. Just shit talk. I'm trying to get a rise out of you. How do I get a rise out of a woman really quickly? Oh, I'll make this. Okay. That's what this really is. All right. Let's be honest. We all know exactly what it is, but we got a bunch of fucking softy pussies on gaming lobbies. And it was like, oh, I can't believe someone would say this. Really? I can. People say mad shit all the time on the internet and gaming lobbies. You got two options, all right? If you want to really like combat this, all right? You got two options, okay? And just give as good as you got. Shit talk right back. Destroy them with your verbal savagery, or maybe a lot better if you're not good with your word savagery. You can just kick their ass in the fucking game and just keep owning him until he shuts up. Those are your two options that are the best options. But, women come into these men's spaces, men talk shit to them like they would anyone else, treat them like equals, like they fucking want. And then they want to come, do clips, and a bunch of people want to have a bunch of outrage. A bunch of fucking softies. All right, stop being soft, people. This is shit talking. This is gaming shit talking. If you've ever been in a Call of Duty lobby back in the day, you heard this 1,000 times. You know what happened 99% of those times? Okay, here's what happened. The person either shit talked back to him, or they just got a bunch of KD kills on them. Or it's not KD, fucking hell. They just killed them a bunch. They went and specifically targeted this person, continued to kill them repeatedly, and shut them the fuck up. Like, all right, you don't like it. That's fine. You don't have to like it. But now we have block, we have mute, we got all this other shit that you can do. But don't come into these men's spaces, which is what it is. Game lobbies are predominantly men. Okay, you shit talk to people. As a man, all right, as a man who's played, if any of the men out there, either if you're watching this later, watching this currently, you ever played game, a multiplayer game, old school, even now, you've gotten these type of shit talk to you before. All right, these threats, as they keep calling them. It's a threat. It's not a threat. All right, this is some Australian shithead guy talking shit. No idea where she is. No idea who she is. He probably doesn't even know who the fuck she is. And so there's no actual way that he's actually going to be able to carry out this threat. So it's not an actual threat, okay? Because he knows it's not a threat, and everyone knows he's not really intending this as some sort of threat. All right, let's stop this crap. Let's stop this faux outrage, okay? Because this shit's been going on for years, and men just, no one complained when it was just men taking it, but then you put a woman gets feel a little uncomfortable. Oh God, the world is terrible, dude. Shit talk back or go and kick his ass and kill him so he's like whines and cries later on. Make him cry. Like, that's what you need to do. All right, like, oh man. I got so many arguments on Twitter over this thing. Actually, what's funny is I had an argument with one guy, and he ended up blocking me, even though I was very polite about the entire time, until he started shit talking me, and then I shit talk him back, and then eventually blocked me. What a fucking pussy! Like, and it was funny too, is he specifically told me he was gonna block me. He's like, I'm done talking to you. I'm going to block you now. Okay, just fine. And it's not like I was going after him. I was just responding to. After everything he said, I just responded back. That's all I did. I didn't go and message him in directly or anything like that. I just, like, had he stopped tweeting at me, I wouldn't bother him after that. I really don't do that. So, but it was just fun. That was just a funny anecdote. But yeah, I was arguing with people over this, and it's just a gaming lobby. It's shit talk. It's not a genuine threat. It's not going to actually do anything. Okay, he made that tongue in that was a joke, tongue in cheek. He like, ha. He's like, it's all great if I like it. Like, obviously, no one thinks that. No one thinks that. Even he doesn't think that. It's a tongue in cheek. Let me fuck with you. Let me get a rise out of you. People do this. If you watch Fresh and Fit and you see a bunch of shit talking on the black chicks, it's because they know that those guys know. How do you get a rise out of a black chick quickly? Oh, just call her a black woman and call her shit about being black and shit. And you get a rise out of her and you get a reaction. That's what fucking happens every single time. we have such a soft generation, they can't handle that. Here's I'll repeat it again. Here's what you need to do. You get a shit talker, okay? You got two options, really. I mean, you got a third where it's just ignore them and blah blah blah. But let's be honest, that normally doesn't work, and it takes a lot longer. All right. So you got two options. You got option one, you can shit talk back, have fun, and enjoy yourself and roast them with your mastery of the word. Okay? And you may get a friend out of the deal. Okay? You may not, you may not even want them as a friend, but you got someone with a little respect, you got a little bit of respect back and forth where we're just shit talking, we're playing a game, we're trying to get a rise each other. All right. And then option two, which may be a better option for some of you women, is you go and kick their ass in the game. Okay, you end up just seeking them out and purposely targeting him one after another, continuously killing him, so that most of his deaths are from you. And that's the best way. That would be the one of your better ways of shutting them down. Because eventually, what's going to happen is you're going to kill them so many times, and they'll try and talk shit to you, and you can just respond like, "Dude, I'm killing you way more. Maybe you should stop yapping and try and actually kill me because I've been kicking your ass." General will shut them up. So, but again, these game lobbies, they're always toxic. They're always hatred. There's always it's just how it works. Stop being such soft ass wimps. We have too many weaklings on these gaming panels that can't handle words. They're just words, all right? And they're especially meaningless when you're on a gaming console where no one has any idea where you are. Now you can make the argument, oh, they can find out where you are. Okay, cool. Majority of the ones doing the shit talking aren't going to look for you. They don't care about you. You're not that important to them. You're as important to them as while you're in the game and they're fighting you and you're their enemy. That's how much important you are. As soon as you leave, you're no longer fighting against each other. You don't matter to them. Majority of the time. So stop it. Stop being fucking wimps. Women, if you want to come into these men's spaces, which gaming lobbies are predominantly men, it is what it is. You want to come into these spaces, deal with how we talk to each other. We are actually, by talking to you like that, we're treating you more like equals than anything. And isn't that what you all keep fighting for, is for some equality? We're treating you as equals by shit talking you. And the reason, we're shit talking you in that way is because that is that's like, all right, we're thinking, how's the best way I can get a rise out of someone? I will go to this. So if you're shooting a black person, you're going to call them the N-word a bunch of times because that's going to get a rise out of them, all right? You're shooting a white person, you're going to say, hey, why do you keep mass shooting and shit or whatever? You're just going to find the most outrageous shit you can say to get a rise out of the person. It's what you do. Stop complaining, stop tone policing, and stop coming in here while it's like, oh, we should change it. We should change it. No, fuck you. You deserve a little bowling if you think you want to change it. Because there's two ways to improve. Roast them back, kill them in the game a bunch of times. It's what you can do. Stop coming in here complaining. All right. There we go. That's my dumb rant. I got people so mad when I offered my opinion on this thing. I had people coming commenting because I was supposed to do a gaming stream on Tuesday. I didn't end up doing that because my wife was feeling sick. So I had to take care of our child. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't have kids. I'm just lying. But anyways, not important. But I ended up canceling my game streaming, and so I typed that in, game stream canceled, and I had like 2 people comment, like, no one cares. I'm like, all right, well, you clearly cared enough to tweet that. Like, I give a shit that you're going to type, no one cares. I don't care about you. You're meaningless to me. All right. So that's the end of it. That's all I've got. So, for Assassin's Creed, what do you guys think? Was Yasuke actually samurai? By historical records, looks like it. Okay, if you want to show me another, you want to, like if someone can send me the I don't know, but if there's an actual list of records on paper in Japan, some museum that lists all the samurais in all history, okay, and you can go and send me all pictures of it, and I can get it translated and stuff, and it proves that Yasuke was not in those records, I'll believe it. But I looked up, I Googled it, and I'll put in the link later, all the links I used. But I put it in, and what I'm seeing is Yasuke was the samurai. All right, so you can keep complaining or not. I think I probably already figured out how the game's going to end, or at least one of the what's going to happen at some point in the game. Hopefully that's not going to end up being the end, but we'll see. I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Shadow. Looks interesting. Looks like it may end up being a better story than Mirage, because Mirage story sucked. And so we'll see. And then also, what else? And then I've made my comment on the toxic gaming lobbies. My last thoughts on that, my last words on that is don't be a fucking wimp. Okay? Stop being weak. Grow a pair. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you like and subscribe. Or if you don't like it and you don't, want to subscribe or anything, I hope you got triggered with my words and go and cry like a giant baby to your mama. All right. That's what I hope from you. Because I don't care. If you want to come in and make comments after this video saying you're just toxic, don't care. It's not going to affect me. Nothing you say will affect me. I'm not going to go and cry later. Because you know what? Words don't hurt me. I'm a fat motherfucker, all right? The words bounce off, all right? I jiggle. I'm working on it. I'm working on losing, so I'm not going to be a fat motherfucker. But currently, I'm a fat motherfucker, okay? And all your words will just bounce off me, okay? Because I'm that fat, gigantic. So your words don't have any effect on me. So go fuck off, you fucking piece of shit wimpers. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out me here in roughly 30-ish minutes. Well, 28-ish minutes. No, 18-ish. Yeah, roughly around 9:30 in 18 minutes-ish. I'll be doing Helldivers 2 gaming stream. You know what? We'll probably make it 23-ish minutes, somewhere around that. I'll do a Helldivers 2 gaming stream, and we'll have some fun. We'll play that. I hope you have a good day. Peace out, and I will see you later. Peace.